Hello, beloved. This is Pastor Dave Keene, Park Baptist Church. We are looking forward for another great Sunday coming together as a church family to worship the Lord. Well, since May 17th, we have been meeting outside for our morning service. We have tried to accommodate and modify to best deal with the coronavirus pandemic. And over the last 4 months, we've had no rain on Sunday morning. God has been very kind to us in that regard. Well, it looks like this week we're going to have rain on Sunday morning. It looks like there's going to be a 70% chance of rain on Sunday morning. It's going to be a wet weekend, which means a couple things. First, we're also scheduled to have a work day on Saturday to kind of work in the field, and we're going to cancel that work day. You'll see an announcement that in our weekly update. But we also are going to modify how we do our services on Sunday. This is the bigger announcement. So we're going to take the outside service and we're going to move it indoors. So we're still going to have an 8:45 service. It's just going to be indoors. And that 8:45 service, we will require masks. Just like we normally do. So when you're walking around and fellowshipping, we'd ask you to wear the mask. When we're singing, we're asking you to wear a mask. But when we come in for the sermon, at that time you can be able to remove your mask if you so desire. 10 o'clock, we'll have our normal Sunday school hour. There'll be classes throughout the building, several adult classes, and of course our kids' classes. And we will not be requiring masks officially in those classes. Each teacher is going to be making their own decisions. Some are asking their people to wear masks, others are not. So just talk to your individual Sunday school teacher. If you're looking for a class to go to Sunday school, please see myself or Pastor Grant. We'd love to kind of point you in the right direction. Now, for the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to make a little bit of modification for that. We are going to make that a service, a mask optional service. We have been praying long and hard in terms of how to kind of move to that point where we don't think masks should be required, and we don't want to inhibit anyone's worship. With having the outdoor service, there's a service that no one has to wear a mask if they don't feel that would bind against their conscience. But now that we're moving indoors, we feel like it's time to make sure that we have an opportunity for everyone to be able to come into worship. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that 11 o'clock service mask optional. Now again, just because the masks are optional, I still would ask you to go before the Lord and ask Him whether or not you should wear a mask. We do want to care well for those in our congregation who may have an issue of extra caution or have some vulnerabilities. But we're going to leave that up to your discretion in terms of how you feel, whether you should or you should not wear that mask at 11 o'clock hour. We have kind of looked at other churches in our area, and most churches in our area are not requiring masks, but they are maybe encouraging them, but are making masks optional. And all the pastors we have talked with, there has been no outbreak of the coronavirus in those churches, so we feel it's a prudent and wise move to remove the mask requirement from our morning services. We're still going to practice social distancing, so we're still going to be skipping every other pew. Right now, for our Sunday morning service, we're at right about 175 people the last several weeks. Now, with social distancing, we're probably right at our maximum. 175 to 180, I think, is probably about our max. We don't know. More people are going to come, so you can decide. Some people who may be going to the 11 may move into that early hour. Some people who are not coming or outside may come to the 11 o'clock hour. All that to say is we just don't know how exactly our seating capacity is going to look on Sunday morning. We will have the downstairs chapel kind of set up for a simulcast. They'll have the sermon streamed down there, so the service and the sermon streamed down there, so you can always go down there. The balcony is also going to be available as well. We still want to ask you to sit in family units, so people that you have kind of been together and been around, feel free to sit next to them to keep everyone else safe. We're excited what the Lord is doing. We're excited to be able to kind of take one step closer to kind of being back together in more of a normal environment. So encourage you to do that. We also, moving forward, both our Wednesday night and our Sunday evening services, when we have them, we are going to make those masks optional as well. So each person will have to use their own discretion and their own wisdom on how to do that. But again, practice wise judgments. Still cover up when you cough, of course, and wash your hands, as well as try to keep distance even when you're having conversations without a mask. That way people can feel safe. And if you feel that someone is more nervous and they have a mask on, maybe that'd be a time for you to wear a mask as well. This coming Sunday, we're also going to have a discussion on politics. So I'll be doing a talk on Sunday evening at 6 o'clock for our service there and on politics, and then we'll have a Q&A. So feel free to bring your questions. John Whitaker is going to be leading that discussion afterward, the Q&A time. So if you have any questions, feel free to text him or email him beforehand, or just see him on Sunday morning. The last thing is just we have a members meeting this coming Sunday at 4:30. Have a couple exciting updates that we want to inform you on, especially regarding our Spanish-speaking ministry. So please come to that meeting at 4:30, and of course, our Sunday evening service as we kind of engage how we can best think through the political landscape through a biblical lens. Well, we are excited for all that the Lord is doing. We pray that God would be gracious and kind to our congregation. So, if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to myself or any one of the elders in terms of offering your opinions, whether we think that we're doing things that are wise or maybe things we can modify. So we are excited what God is doing. We pray that the Lord's grace would be with you, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday. All right, God bless.